This video is for tech and SaaS businesses which target complex sectors but feel their marketing isn't hitting the mark. Hi guys, I'm Henry, and for the last decade, my agency 2112 Marketing has focused on marketing to the unmarketable, from senior leaders in complex, highly regulated markets through to some of the wealthiest individuals in the world. We've successfully created marketing strategies to target them. So I've made this video because I keep having the same conversations with tech and SaaS leaders targeting these notoriously hard to reach audiences. They come to me and they say, we've tried everything with our marketing and nothing works. So in this video, I'm going to break down the fundamental flaws in their strategy and give a brief insight into the advice I give them in terms of what they need to be doing instead. So the first thing I ask these businesses is, when you say you've tried everything, what have you actually tried? And their answer is always the same. We've pumped lots of money into paid advertising, and we've been using cold outreach as well. Now, the tactics here aren't the issue. We use both at 2112, but when I dig deeper into their approach, the fundamental flaws in their strategy become readily apparent. It's this: they focus on pushing product to prospects who have never heard of them. In marketing speak, we call these brand unaware audiences. And here's a key rule when targeting hard to reach audiences: they tend to only buy from people they trust. And if your marketing doesn't focus on providing value and building a relationship, you've already lost. So if you're just focusing on pushing product messaging to reach these complex audiences, then you're fighting a losing battle. Let's couple that with some research into B2B buying, which shows a key fact: that at any given moment, only about 5% of your audience is in market and ready to buy your product or service. So a whopping 95% aren't ready. What's perhaps more striking is that research from Google and Bain shows that by the time most B2B buyers begin formal vendor evaluation, they already have a short list of buyers in mind. They call it a day one list. And around 9 out of 10 deals are won by vendors on that list. So if you're not on there, you're already fighting a massively uphill battle. So we need a strategy which consistently communicates with the whole of the target audience, not just focuses on that 5%, which is such a narrow percentage. So how do we stand out and drive traction? Hard to reach prospects are, by definition, time poor. They won't give us many opportunities to reach them or get in front of them. So what we need to do, first and foremost, is provide them with something they want. At 2112, we call this process delivering unmissable value. And you can do this in a number of ways. But the only way to deliver unmissable value is first to build a really deep understanding of your prospect and who you're trying to target. Once we have this deep understanding, we can begin developing a marketing strategy focused on providing them with value on a consistent basis. And when we're talking about targeting complex audiences, often we're not talking about one individual decision maker. We're talking about a buying center made up of many different decision makers within the same organization. So you've got to build your understanding of the full buying center. Who makes up that decision-making process of whether they choose to use your product or a competitor's product? Because you've got to reach and influence everyone within that buying center as best you possibly can. Once we have this deep understanding of the prospect or prospects within the buying center, we can begin developing a marketing strategy focused on providing them with the kind of unmissable value on a consistent basis that's going to pique their interest. Now, if you want a really good example of this, watch our case study with Infodesk, which I've linked in the description below. We helped Infodesk increase their MQLs by 70% by providing their prospects with unmissable value. And Infodesk were targeting hard to reach complex audiences such as senior decision makers within pharma and insurance as well. What we focused on was doing our research, understanding the buying center. We spoke to their clients and we built a marketing strategy which appealed to them. It didn't feel like they were being marketed to. And that's what you've got to focus on. So if you only take one thing away from this video, please let it be this. Focus on providing value first and foremost. That's all for today, folks. Please subscribe for more videos and more content. Drop anything you want to hear about in the comments below. Thank you for watching.